Right, this is the first attempt. Oh dear me. That seems to have gone loose. Oh, that's not good. I expect I can use it to check for size and dimensions. But that's gone loose along the edges. I'll have to print that again. Oh, we don't get many failures with this pink. I think I've only had 1 or 2. Yeah, check it for dimensions and then reprint it with some different settings. Right. Version 2, version 1. That was the one that failed on the print. All the edges went a bit messy, but it did mean I could check it for dimensions. And when I put it in there, it does line up nicely. But that's because I've had to trim it. When I first put it in, these bits just here that are like a bayonet fitting in the bottom there, there's little hooks they go into. I'd made them just a bit too thick, so I'd trimmed them with a knife. So for version 2, I've made them a little bit thinner. And I printed version 2 using the brim method, which means it puts a thin layer all the way around the outside, which I've just trimmed off. So let's see if I've made them thin enough to go in there. In the right way round might help. Right, goes in, slides forward, locks in place. Yeah, so that's better. And then that holds it in place. Tiny bit of... I'll be happy with that, I think. I don't think I'll worry about that being just a tiny bit loose. Swing it back, pull it out. So we've got the basic shape right. Oh, I also increased the diameter of the radius of the curves on the edges there. You won't even be able to notice the difference, but it's between a 2mm radius and a 3mm radius. Just made it a bit more curvy. Oh, and I curved the corner there, so I had to file that one. That T-piece locks in there. There's a T-piece in there for it to lock into. Just here, I've put some slots. My idea is I'm going to push some thin metal through there. It'll curve round, show itself there, and come back again there. And then solder onto that my battery leads. So that will be the same as that. So that's the theory. Next, you probably notice I just knocked something on the floor. These things. Poundland was selling them either last year or probably the year before, or even the year before that. Is there a date on there? No. They were selling these. They were absolutely rubbish for the purpose they were being sold for. Disposable charger for your, well, it says iPhone there. But yeah, disposable charger for your phone. I have done videos on these. This is your power pod. Has an on-off switch, but no charger. So they come pre-charged, and when you've run them down, you throw them away. Well, I tried them, and there really wasn't enough power in there to charge up my old phones. This is probably probably 3 or 4 generations of phones back. And there wasn't enough power then. It would probably be enough to give you a boost to make an emergency phone call, and that was about it. So, yeah, they were rubbish, but I bought loads of them and opened them up like this, because inside you've got a nice lithium-ion battery. Got a bit of double-sided tape to hold it in place. Big Clive did a nice video on it. He actually told you what all the bits in here on the circuit board do, and I seem to remember him saying that if you did modify that a little bit by just adding a wire somewhere, you could charge through it rather than just discharge. But I just strip them out, take the batteries out, and use the batteries for my cars and boats and things. Now, why are we looking at that? Because I reckon it's going to fit in there. So I should be able to put 2 of them in there, wire them up in series, and I'll have a 2S lithium-ion battery. I mean, I've got loads of these that I've converted to 2S and 3S. But yeah, that'll fit in there. It looks a little bit tight, but I think it'll go in. Oh, it's getting tight because that bit of wire's coming down there. Yeah. So I think we can get 2 in there. We could even just use this as the holder and put the battery in. What I was hoping was it would go in that way round. But I think we'd be pushing our luck there. Yeah, it'd be just sticking out the bottom, which won't be a good thing if it's going over bumps and scratching on the road surface. Although, to be honest, that's probably not going to happen. That's your point of contact, that's your point of contact, that's your point of contact. So at no time is that actually going to be scraping right in the middle. So that's an alternative. We could change this about entirely and stick them in vertically. We'll see. That way, as I say, that way is going to be a bit tight, although yeah, I could put them in at an angle. Can we get 2 in at an angle? Probably. I don't think you can get these anymore. I mean, obviously I could use vape batteries instead, because I have plenty of vape batteries, all different shapes and sizes. I just thought I might try and use these up, because they must be several years old by now. If we put them side by side, yeah, we could get them in there at an angle if we have to. So if they won't go in nicely flat like that, because they do seem to be a tight fit if I try and do it that way. Yeah, it looks to me like we're going to have to put them at an angle. I could even print it to have a shelf in there at an angle to put them in. Or, as I say, redesign this entirely and have them standing vertically but sticking out the bottom just a little bit. I could curve that and they could stand up that way. That's a thought. I'll stop filming and have a think. Thanks for watching. If you want more information, check down below in the video description. If you like this video, you might like this one up here. And if you want to subscribe, you can check out my channel over here. Up here is my latest video on my channel, and down here is a video playlist associated with the video you've just watched. Thanks again for watching.